Now that you have set up your website and established an online presence, the next step is to supply potential visitors to your website with content. Blogging on a regular basis is a way for you as a brand manager to experiment with ideas about how you want to craft your online personality. It is also an effective way to attract traffic to your website, build relationships with new people, and grow your brand's profile. For your first blog post on your new website, you want to write an introductory post that explains who you are, why you have created your website, and what your vision is for the future. Last week, I asked you to consider the why that drives you to do what you do. Now that you have had a week to think about it, this introductory blog post will give you a chance to express your vision of your project in greater detail. The phrase weblog was coined in 1997, and the shortened form blog became a noun and a verb in 1999. This gives you a sense of how recently this particular form of expression has emerged. There is a sense in which blogging has come out of nowhere as its own genre of writing. On the other hand, like all literary novelties, the style of blogging has its roots in previous modes of writing: journalism, diary writing, inspirational literature, personal essays, corporate communications, and old-fashioned letter writing, to name a few. Your first task as a blogger is to identify which of these modes of writing you want your blog to emulate. Is your blog dedicated to disseminating information about ongoing events? If so, it may be helpful to you to adopt a journalistic writing style and persona. If your blog is more introspective, it may be helpful for you to think of it as a kind of diary. Other kinds of purposes may suggest other genres of writing. The firmer a handle you have on what kind of writing you'll be doing in your blog, the easier it will be for you to find your stride as a blogger. One form of writing that, as 200-level college students, you are all familiar with, is the academic essay. The freshman college essay is another genre of prose that has significant stylistic affinities with blog writing, and it may be useful to review some of the key lessons of English 101 and consider how they apply to the brave new world of web-based expression. Here are 5 principles from English 101 that can help you write killer blogs. Number 1. The Perpetual Hook. As I mentioned last week, what you learned in English 101 about starting an essay with an attention grabber applies to blog writing as well, ratcheted up by an order of magnitude. Everything that appears on your website and every chunk of writing in your blog should act as a hook in one way or another. It may be helpful to recall some of the popular attention grabbers from English 101, stirring quotes, shocking statistics, rhetorical questions, engaging anecdotes, and think about how you can incorporate them throughout your entire blog to keep your writing fresh and impactful. Number 2. Divide and conquer. When you're writing for social media, it is helpful to think of longer pieces of writing as a series of snackable tidbits that viewers can scan, cherry-pick, repost, or otherwise consume in their own unique way. Your introductory blog post should be comprehensive enough to give you room to express your unique point of view, but it should also be concise and pithy enough for your viewer to be able to navigate through your blog post without too much work. One popular solution to this challenge is to compose your blog post as a list of 5 points. 5 reasons why you should care about X, the top 10 myths about X, 7 ways that X can improve your life, 5 things that X can teach us about Y, etc. Of course, we see this rhetorical strategy at work all the time on the internet. The list approach is a mainstay of online writing because it allows a writer to cover a large amount of information, but it also allows readers to identify very quickly what they want to read and what they want to skip, or even to decide for themselves the order in which they read the items. While the list approach is uniquely suited to online content, however, it is important to realize that this rhetorical structure is rooted in an essential quality of all good writing. In English 101, they teach you to divide your thesis statement into 3 main ideas and to express each idea as the topic sentence of a paragraph. The same principle applies to the list approach to online writing. Identify 3 or 5 or 10 main points, examples, or aspects that relate to your key message. Then articulate each one with a clear and compelling heading, and supplement each point with a few sentences that explain what you want your readers to understand about each particular subtopic. Next, we have number 3, court controversy. Introductory English classes tend to encourage students to write about hot-button topics related to current events such as gun control, environmental issues, or drug laws. Such topics encourage writing students to insert themselves within ongoing social conversations and to develop a voice in which they can participate in a wider cultural dialogue. These contentious issues can also have the added benefit of getting students emotionally invested in what they write. Human beings seem to be hardwired to respond emotionally to us versus them style rhetoric, and writing about controversial topics is a way of using this emotional force to inspire writers to express themselves with clarity and urgency. Bloggers can use controversial issues in a similar way to add both currency and forcefulness to their posts. By currency, I mean the extent to which your blog posts participate in an ongoing conversation that people are having elsewhere on the web and in the world. Whereas English 101 essays aspire toward participation in the social conversation at large, the blog posts you write in this class will actually constitute such participation. To make this participation as meaningful as possible, think about how the concerns of your particular brand and your particular blog intersect with some of the important debates of our times: violence, poverty, pollution, discrimination, etc., and assert your stance with conviction. Not only will addressing these kinds of concerns add to the findability of your blog by linking up the content of your blog with popular internet search terms, but it also makes your blog stand for something important. Even, or especially, if readers don't agree with you, they will be compelled and provoked by what you have to say. 4. From citation to hyperlink. You learned in previous writing classes about the value of researching your topics, pulling quotations and data from sources into your writing, and citing those sources in ways that make them easy to find for your readers. Reading up on what other people have written about a subject makes you sound more authoritative and well-informed. Referring specifically to the work of other researchers and writers allows you to demonstrate that you are participating in this ongoing conversation, and providing your readers with transparent access to your sources allows them to understand how you are adapting these sources to your own rhetorical purposes. All of these principles hold true for online writing, and indeed may be even more relevant for online writing than for print-based writing. Of course, familiarizing yourself with what other writers have previously said about a topic has all of the rhetorical and intellectual advantages for bloggers that it has for speakers or writers in any medium. Referring to data or quotations from these sources allows writers of both blogs and academic essays to build on what other writers have expressed and what other researchers have discovered. But it is a unique characteristic of web-based writing that when you refer to another author's writing, you have the option of not only referring to it, but of actively linking to it. Whereas the reader of a print-based essay has to consult the Works Cited page and then visit the library to actually locate the source that the writer used, a web-based writer can embed sources directly into her own writing with the use of hyperlinks. This allows a web-based writer to develop a much more intimate relationship with her sources. The judicious use of hyperlinks to refer to sources communicates a sense of transparency to your reader, but it also allows your blog to become a meeting point for a number of voices all engaged in the same conversation. Hyperlinks help to embed your own blog and your own website within the wider scope of the World Wide Web. Blog writers should actively seek out ways of using hyperlinks to augment the interconnectivity of their site. And finally, number 5, do something. Your English 101 instructor may have told you that an effective technique for concluding a persuasive essay is to challenge your reader with a call to action. Now that you have persuaded the reader that climate change is affecting polar bear populations, that the minimum wage should be raised, or that Coke is better than Pepsi, you have a great opportunity to inspire your reader to act on this new belief. Go call your congressperson, ride your bike to work, donate to the ASPCA. Ending a persuasive essay with a call to action helps a writer to pivot from ideas to reality. It is a technique that can both empower readers and energize writers. The call to action is just as effective in an online environment and, as with many of these other English 101 techniques, may be even more powerful. In the same way that web-based writing cuts out the red tape between the citation of the source and the source itself, web-based writing can also provide readers with the ability to act directly, immediately, in the moment, while they are still pumped up by the blogger's persuasive message. Rather than just suggesting that readers contact their congressperson, a web-based writer can supply a link directly to their congressperson's email, or to a bike-sharing program in the reader's neighborhood, or to the donation page of the ASPCA's website. The call to action should be the centerpiece of all of your web efforts. Rather than simply presenting information for its own sake, the most successful websites use information to mobilize some kind of behavior on the part of the viewer. Subscribe to my RSS feed, follow me on Twitter, sign up for my email list, buy my product, share my video, etc. Channeling your readers' goodwill in this way helps to ensure that your website will do something rather than just sitting there for people to look at or to not look at. And it can also provide a useful metric for you as the web designer to be able to chart your own success. One of the unforgettable tenets from English 101 is the importance of a clear thesis statement to establish a common purpose that informs everything you write. For effective web-based writing, the key message of your brand identity is always the thesis statement, which should be at the center of everything you write for your website, your blog, and every other social media page. Behind your key message, however, effective internet writing always has another thesis statement, one that is even more fundamental than the key message. That thesis statement is this: what I have to say is interesting. It is worth paying attention to. You need, want, and crave what I have. Come in, come in. This will just take a minute, and you won't regret it.